guys, welcome and welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot, and welcome to the luckiest weekend of the month of May. So this weekend is a living prayer of alignment where the mind awakens, the heart softens, and the soul quietly chooses its next becoming. It unfolds like a candle being lit in a dimly familiar room, revealing what was already there, always there, but not yet fully seen or realized. There's this gentle illumination that asks you to notice what has been waiting for your awareness. And the half moon in Aquarius on May 9th is going to mark a spiritual crossroads. It's this sacred moment suspended between past patterns and future potential, where the choice is no longer unconscious for each and every one of us. It's like walking a road you know by heart, yet sensing something new is just around the bend. There's this quiet anticipation that something meaningful is truly about to reveal itself. And as this energy forms a harmonious trine with Venus in Gemini, insights begin to weave themselves through your interactions, through your meaningful words, reflections, and connections. And it'll feel like pieces of a larger truth falling into place. And then by May 10th, the luckiest day of the month, the energy begins to gather momentum, just like embers stirring back to life, asking you not just for awareness, but for movement. So the moon in Aquarius forms a sextile to Mars and Aries, and this is going to ignite the courage to act on what's been revealed, while the sun in Taurus sextiles Jupiter in Cancer, and Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. You've got vitality and abundance anchoring this forward motion into something steady, supportive, and deeply sustaining. And woven into Sunday is this spiritual essence of Mother's Day. So this is where it's like Mother's Day brings on this spiritual energy of honoring the divine qualities of unconditional love, nurturing, sacrifice, and creation, all together at once, through the reflection of divine feminine nature and energy and this sacred, life-giving force that shapes, guides, and holds us. So it's this reminder that even as you step forward, you are being supported by an energy that nurtures your growth with patience and devotion towards your path of abundance. And it also, too, has a high potential of financial growth. This is big because it's going to reignite your vitality in such a beautiful way and prolific way. This weekend truly invites you to move with intention, to trust what's being shown to you, and to recognize that the path ahead is not just something that you walk. It's something you're already actively becoming. And if that resonates, let me know. Now, before we get started, I too just want to say thank you guys so much for being here, being part of the Honey Sea Star family, for all your love and support every which way, your hypes, your views, your likes, your shares, subscribes, your donations, your super thanks, your Honey Sea Star store purchases, and your comments. Above all, you guys make me melt. It makes my day to hear from each and every one of you. And I truly love when I get to see how much support and love you guys show each other and me and this channel, our messages, our journey together, all of it, every which way. I've got goosebumps. I can't help it. But truly, I love each and every one of you guys back. Happy early Mother's Day. Let's get into the cards. So Aries, this weekend activates the space for you guys between your vision for the future and how you're currently showing up within it. It's revealing where your voice and your presence are ready to expand. And this weekend is the moment that you choose yourself without hesitation. And if that resonates, let me know. Put a heart in the comments below, because on May 9th, with this half moon in Aquarius moving through your 11th house, that is your house of community, long-term goals, long-held goals and dreams, and your sense of belonging. And it just so happens that it's forming a harmonious trine to Venus in Gemini, which is going to impact and activate your third house of communication. So this alignment brings thought, expression into closer harmony for you. And it's going to feel like two currents of the wind that are beginning to move in the same direction, where conversations and connections begin reflecting a more authentic version of who you're becoming. And as the spiritual crossroads awakens with this half moon, it's going to help you recognize which paths, which people, which goals still resonate with you and which ones no longer align. So this is where, I mean, look at this. We're going to talk about this because this came out kind of 50-50, but mostly in reverse. But look at what's ahead for you. This is like true realignment and knowing which way to go. So as we're looking at like which path to claim as yours, you're looking at what goals, what people, what path truly causes chaos for you, where there's competition, where there's been envy from others or lack of unity. And you're looking at which path aligns your inner fire and how to anchor that through integration into a new cycle for you. This is a shift for you guys, and you're going to feel this. You're also going to give voice to it, because as the world kind of flipped in reverse here, this is where it's like you're looking at what's best for you to really see a return on investment in your time and your energy, and also your passion. So this is where it's like you're looking at which path, and this is going to be crystal clear for you. You're looking at which paths have really like caused delays, which ones lack fulfillment, which ones make you feel incomplete, where there's even been frustrations because there's this low success rate that's happening. And as you can see, this is where Spirit is saying, especially with Saturn in reverse, it is time to release what no longer serves you, what no longer resonates with your energy, because as we make room with this crossroads, with this Aquarius half moon, on May 10th, the energy is going to shift for you into movement. And I say that because the moon being in Aquarius, sextile with Mars and Aries in your first house, it's going to bring your focus back to your identity, your instincts, and your personal drive, and your passions. So Mars in your sign amplifies your courage and your action, kind of like fire catching oxygen. It's going to help you respond directly to what's become clear. And this is where it's like where you've been seeing multiple avenues, multiple choices. Now you can see through the decoys. Now you can see the ones that don't truly serve you, don't fulfill you. More importantly, you can see the ones that inspire you, that fill your faith, that fill you up with this inner knowing of true soul alignment. And this is where, at the same time, with the sun in Taurus, focusing on your vitality and what lights you up the most, what you value most, stationed in your second house of values, money, worth, in a lot of ways. This is where the luckiest aspect of the month, the sun in Taurus being sextile with Jupiter, our planet of luck and abundance, opportunity, income as well, being exalted in Cancer, stationed in your fourth house. That is home, family, your roots, what you plant to, like what you truly plant your feet on the ground with, or what you truly want to grow and cultivate. This sextile is going to ground this momentum into emotional stability and self-worth for you. It's going to remind you that growth doesn't come at the cost of your security. And if that resonates, let me know. Put a heart in the comments below, because where growth happens for you this weekend, it's showing you, this sextile in particular is showing you that it can be built upon roots, like roots searching for water, or deepening themselves into true fertile soil, as opposed to soil that is like drought prevalent, right? This is what's going to anchor your dreams, what you value most, what lights your heart up, in a way that is trustworthy, that is methodical, that leads to financial stability, that leads to additional resources coming your way as well. So as the weekend unfolds, you may feel this growing sense of alignment between your future, your voice, and your identity. And this is where the insights that arise through your connections begin to translate into a clearer understanding of who you are and how you want to show up. This is where you are no longer observing your life from a distance. You're actively shaping it. And I just got goosebumps. But this is where Spirit is saying it's time to reignite what lights you up, because it's okay to be happy. That's your true soul growth's path. So think about what lights you up, what really ignites your inner fire. This is the weekend where clarity comes to really aligning you on a path that allows you to experience the full joy, the vitality of Sun and Jupiter working together. So this weekend, Aries, you are aligning your voice with your vision and your actions with your truth. The half moon is going to reveal that your future, where your future is ready to shift. Mars is going to empower you to move forward, and that is your ruler. The Sun and Jupiter are going to ground growth for you into something steady and meaningful. And this is where the magic truly starts to happen. I mean, look at this. This is beautiful energy. So this is the weekend where you are no longer waiting for permission to become who you are. You are choosing it fully, without hesitation, like stepping into a version of yourself that no longer hesitates at the edge of change. This is the time where your growth, the new version of you, is going to move in a way that it is always known. And it's as if you've always known the way. And if that resonates, let me know, because this is where it's like the coyote is coming in to reveal the truth for you, right? So don't take things too seriously about what you've invested your time in and what's actually caused frustrations or chaos or aspects of like lack of unity where there's more competition than actual common goals. And if that resonates, let me know, because this is where your inner fire is replacing that negativity, is replacing whatever has tried to dim your light in a way where your passions are becoming your power. And you also have sincere allies at your side as well. You are not going this alone. So you are also being aligned in a lot of ways with your true soul tribe that focuses on common goals, that focuses on clear invitations to speak honestly in safe places, focusing on win-win solutions. And this is where your map is truly aligning with the terrain that you're walking on. And I call it as like your compass, your soul growth map. So this is where this clear invitation this weekend that is asking you to speak honestly and choose alignment over habit, like setting down that map that no longer matches the terrain that you're walking on. This is where you are being protected. You are being urged onto a path that causes happiness and growth and luck and financial bliss, where magic happens, where transformation happens, instead of one that works against you, where you feel like you're constantly going against the grain or rubbing wrong chords that just don't land right. This is being courageous about letting go of the past, letting go of that like negative energy, whatever is being thrown at you or coming at you. And instead embracing the nature within you, letting that brilliance shine, and knowing that the path that you're being realigned on is truly the one that you are meant to be blessed with. And if that resonates, let me know. Pisces, this weekend is going to turn your awareness inward into the unseen spaces where emotions, memories, and intuition quietly shape your reality. And within all of it, there's this quiet healing beneath the surface that begins to shine for you. So on May 9th, this half moon in Aquarius is going to move through your 12th house of subconscious. This is like spiritual closure. This is hidden emotional patterns. This is also forming a harmonious trine to Venus, the planet of love, and our Renaissance woman in Gemini. So it's very social. This is in your 4th house. So your social life is really going to be tied to your homes, your roots, and foster an emotional foundation for you going forward. And this is also going to create this gentle flow between what you feel internally and what's beginning to soften or heal in your personal life, like light passing through deep water and revealing that movement beneath the surface that was always there, but never fully witnessed. And if that resonates, let me know, because this is where we're going. I mean, yeah, let's talk about all of this. I think these came out like this. Okay. So this is a beautiful moment for you because you're witnessing with this half moon under this spiritual crossroads an awareness to what is ready to be released from within you, especially when it comes to old emotional narratives that have shaped your sense of safety. There's also this quiet invitation for you to rest within yourself, to listen more than you speak, and to allow understanding to rise without force. And then, as this clarity comes, this is where it's like you're starting to realize where your passions become your foundation, right? This is your desires, where you take action, and that is not going it alone either. This is like with the 3 of Pentacles, you're being recognized for your meaningful work, what lights you up. There is an applause coming from the rafters. There's also teamwork and collaboration coming in that sparks communication and creativity of new beginnings that really are fostered through dynamic balance and synergy. and expression. So you are igniting this solar plexus. This is knowing like why you're here, what you're meant to do, what you're made of, and walking inspirationally in that confidence. And this is where movement truly starts to happen with your leadership being driven through and by compassion. So by May 10th, and keep in mind, this is the luckiest day of May. We will also feel this into next week as well. The moon is going to continue its passage through your 12th house, which not only is your subconscious, it's also your hidden talents, your hidden gifts. So there's this deepening introspection as it forms a sextile to Mars in Aries, your passions, your desires, and it just so happens that Mars in Aries is sitting in your second house. This is your house of value, stability, self-worth, also finances. This is going to bring a subtle but powerful activation of your inner confidence, like a candle being shielded by your hands until it can burn without trembling in the dark. And I just got goosebumps. If you did too, let me know, because this is where you are looking at all that internal strength. And now it's being directed outward towards what truly lights you up, what truly fills you with this breakthrough moment of that inner knowing that you are headed in the right direction. So as these crossroads truly open this weekend and then align you to the luckiest day of the month, this is where you begin to feel more aware of what you truly deserve, especially in emotional, financial, or energetic exchanges. And at the same time, when we've got the sun in Taurus, focusing on what you value most in your third house, how you give voice to what you value most, and also your perception, what you perceive to be what lights you up in your life as well. And that can always change, right? That really, perception always determines your outlook on life in a lot of ways. And it determines the resonance that you vibrate in as you walk through life. So as the sun in Taurus in your third house is being sextiled with Jupiter in Cancer, our planet of luck, abundance, opportunity. And it just so happens for you guys that Jupiter in Cancer is in your fifth house of joy, creativity, bliss, emotional expression. This is going to open a softer channel for inspiration and heartfelt expression for you. This is also where, with your sacral flow, you're looking at what's blocked your creativity, what's blocked your journey from really truly taking those wounds of the past and utilizing them as wisdom so that you can cherish the present, build a foundation that's meant to last. We're looking at the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So wherever there's been monetary or material loss in the past, wherever there's been excessive amounts of materialism or greed or instability in your life, you are now at this crossroads with the Fool, kind of being 50-50 like this, on where to truly let your breakthroughs happen. This is Uranus here, so that you can turn this in the upright and truly achieve and experience your financial bliss of yes. So on the downswing, this is where it's like, let's look at where there's been sudden action taken without consideration of forethought or cowardice, even where you've lived, like where fear has been driving your action, or hesitancy or even haste. This is like speaking to, like, do you respond to opportunities or do you react to them and let your emotions emotions lead the way? And while emotions are energy in action, or energy in motion, as I always like to say, this is where you truly taking on that stoic opportunity of perspective allows you to realign yourself in a way that invites that creativity, that invites that vitality and that abundance through your heartfelt expression. So this is the kind of energy that feels like feelings find language and intuition finds form. And as the weekend unfolds, your inner world begins to reorganize itself like a storm. Think of like storm water kind of running down a curb, slowly settling, or even a creek, right? Slowly settling into clarity after days of movement, after a heavy rain, coming off the hills. This is where it's like what once felt emotionally tangled starts to separate into truth, and also illusion, not through force, but through quiet recognition. This is where you start realizing, tapping into your unlimited potential. You start embracing that spirit of adventure faster than your fears can keep up. So this is also where, as you look at with the Queen of Wands, where you've been yielding to others, where you've even had like a fear of confrontation, and that's even made you hesitate. because you're dealing with people that aren't truly soul tribe aligned people, right? There's been jealousy or low vibe energy, like cheating, underhandedness that's been coming your way when it comes to taking action towards your dreams, where it just really feels like people or the energy around you has been working against you. Just remember that your present, your perspective that drives your perception that drives your present in a lot of ways is always an echo of vibration. So this is the time to truly embark on that 30-day challenge of where you experience bliss, how you give voice to your bliss, and then see where it takes you 30 days from now, especially as you enter these crossroads and then this luckiest day of the month that will energetically like overspill into this next week. Stay tuned for next week's reading, because this is where you are now becoming, or not becoming, someone new, as much as you are remembering what was always steady beneath the emotional noise. And more importantly, that recognition becomes its own form of peace for you. So wherever there's been slander, wherever there's been like rocks being thrown and then hands being hidden, and that can even be internal enemies as well, because we do have this 12th house aspect. So not only does it reveal hidden talents and gifts, it also reveals hidden enemies. So someone may be caught red-handed, as I like to say. But this is where it's like any shadow that has prevented your innovation, we are now looking at with your root chakra, where your foundations have been overturned. And we're seeing where that unconfident, or where it's caused unconfidence within you, right? Where it's been lacking initiative, where there's been financial instability, or maybe taking on too much debt happening in your world because of it. This is where you are turning things into pragmatic, practical planning that lights up your creativity and lets it flow seamlessly without any type of distraction or any type of hurdle, right? This is like generating prosperity in a way that really looks at your resources with a new light. And if that resonates, let me know, because this is where, I will say it again, this is the kind of energy that helps feelings find language and intuition find form. So trust your gut, trust your inner knowing, and remember that what's steadily rising from underneath all that emotional noise, something is coming into alignment that's going to form its own prosperity of peace. And that's where the magic truly unfolds. So this is the time to truly stay present, because that's where life happens. And this weekend, you are finding that clarity of which road truly to take, who to truly align with. Because this weekend, Pisces, you are transmuting what was hidden into what is now understood. And it is leading you directly to your higher calling and to the right partnerships that are truly meant to help you succeed. I just got goosebumps. If you did too, let me know. Put a heart in the comments below. Because this half moon is going to clear out the emotional residue that you've outgrown. Mars is going to strengthen your quiet sense of worth until it feels unshakable in your higher calling alignment. And then the sun with Jupiter is going to turn your inner world into a place where expression, joy, and truth can finally move freely again. Like dawn breaking slowly over still water, revealing a horizon that was never lost. It was only waiting to be seen. This is where it's time to accept yourself for all of your colors that your personality makes up, right? Feel confident about being you, because you're the joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help when it's necessary, because many hands always reaps the highest reward. And this is where you are being realigned into your higher calling. So know, as you awaken to your courage, and as that awakens your creativity and puts you in true soul alignment, soul path alignment, it's time to reclaim your majesty. And know that you will find those by your side that are here to truly set you up with the success that was meant for you. And it's time to let go of that chaos. It is time to let go of that past. It is time to let go of those hidden enemies and those fears and chase those dreams faster than they can keep up. And if that resonates, let me know. Aquarius, so this weekend is going to be centered and center you. at the heart of your own becoming, where identity, expression, and embodiment begin to align in a more visible and undeniable way for you. So this weekend is truly the moment where you step fully into yourself without hesitation, without caution, and it is truly about higher alignment. You pulled the High Priestess card. I've got goosebumps. If you did too, let me know. So May 9th, with this half moon being in your sign, in your first house, it's placing you at the spiritual crossroads around self-definition, authenticity, and also the version of you that is ready to be seen more clearly. And with this crossroads forming this beautiful, harmonious trine with Venus, she is our planet of our heart's desires, right? This is where you are stepping into full alignment with your strength, with movement, with standing your ground. Oh, this is beautiful. Let's talk about this. So I got goosebumps. If you did too, let me know. Look at this spread. This is where this weekend, the luckiest weekend of May, is going to truly awaken you. And this energy opens this channel between who you are and how you naturally shine in your fifth house of joy, bliss, creativity, self-expression, embracing all the dualities, letting yourself be seen for every color that you embody. This is going to be like a channel that opens, that lets you naturally shine in the world, like a mirror reflecting, or finally reflecting, an image that finally feels familiar instead of fragmented. And if that resonates, let me know, because this is like you're now awakened to your psychic energy, you're awakened to your intuition, you're embracing the mystery of the universe, and you're also stepping into a role that only comes through dualities and understanding the frequency and the laws of vibration when it comes to balance and harmony as your rightful place as the spiritual teacher. And what I love about Aquarius energy is when you look at the story of astrology, like back from like Greek mythology, you were born to shine because you are the most beautiful energy, the most beautiful element. This is that, like the element of air, I should say as well. This is that for you guys. This is that weekend. And I can't help it. I keep getting goosebumps with you guys. So there is going to be this soft but powerful realization here this weekend that you do not have to perform your identity. You just simply have to embody it just as you are. And embodiment is a true three-part alignment, right? It goes with your physical body, it goes with your spirit, and it also goes with your soul's energy. And when all of them are aligned together, this is where you are reminded and awakened, not only to your inner fire, but that you're standing in a favorable position. This is like defending yourself, your identity, your presence, your light in such a beautiful way. And again, we have Venus shining her love on you with all the compassion, all the gentleness. This is beautiful energy. This is magnetism at its finest. So this half moon truly invites you to notice where you've outgrown old versions of yourself and where your natural magnetism becomes stronger. Just saying, when you stop filtering it. So this is the time to truly walk in alignment in that triad, right? With harmony. This is also like compatibility when it comes to your relationships. So you may be having like a new romance ignite, falling back in love with yourself as well even. But more importantly, alignment to your true soul tribe, new friendships, new compatible attractions, harmonious connections. This crossroad is inviting you to notice where your magnetism is allowed to shine without expectation and without any filters, right? So that you can stand in your untapped, unlimited potential. And this crossroads is also illuminating your path coming into this luckiest day of the month. So by May 10th, the moon is going to continue in your first house, and it's going to amplify your self-awareness as it forms the sextile to Mars in Aries. Mars is in your third house right now. That is your house of thought, communication, and expression. This is going to bring your voice into sharper alignment with your instincts. Kind of like a blade being honed until it cuts through things without hesitation, with clarity and with purpose. And if that resonates, let me know. Put a heart in the comments below, because your words are going to hit home. And at the same time, as we have the luckiest aspect astrologically hitting us this whole month coming into alignment on Mother's Day here. The sun in Taurus in your 4th house of home, emotional grounding, and inner safety, sextiling Jupiter, our planet of luck, abundance, prosperity, in your 6th house, which is your house of daily life and service. It's going to create this stabilizing current that helps you feel supported as you step more fully into yourself. And remember, Mother's Day holds the divine feminine energy. She is here to nurture you, to show you that unconditional love. This is all about creation when you're aligned in the center of your heart electromagnetic field. This is also, too, letting your inner fire come home to your heart. And if that resonates, let me know, because this is like where love triumphs over hate, where compassion is shown, where kindness leads the way and is your true strength. This is also harmony and fortitude and courage, personal power, all being aligned when it comes to your vision. And this is where movement starts to truly happen. You're headed in the right direction. You're being realigned to the right direction of your higher calling. Expect a breakthrough on Sunday, especially as you step into your divine feminine power, especially with Venus here and the sextile between your vitality and your luck, your abundance. So with the 6 of Wands here, this is really going to be looking at like where you've had untapped potential that hasn't been realized, whether it be in innovation or in your creativity. We're having harmony being ignited here because this also hits your 6th house, right? This is your daily flow. This is your rhythm. This is work-life balance. This is also seeing how being in alignment with harmony, with that triad, mind, body, and soul, body, spirit, and soul as well, where it's been affecting your health or where the misalignments have been affecting your health, and how as you step fully more into yourself, you actually start to feel that vitality, because we are self-healing, right? And if that resonates, let me know. So because your 4th house is being illuminated and activated along with your 6th house, there's this stabilizing current that's going to fill you with a sense that your outer expression and your inner foundations are beginning to work together instead of pulling in different directions. And as the weekend unfolds, you may feel this grounding sense of coherence between how you see yourself and how you truly live and experience life within yourself, as yourself. So think too, with the 5 of Pentacles, this is actually beautiful energy because it's like reawakening to your spiritual power. This is like getting back up one more time, right? With like, it's a rebound, right? It's cutting your losses wherever there's been a lack mindset or a cause of material or financial loss or poverty, right? This is like spirit handing you this or putting this nurturing hand on your shoulder, saying, it's okay, we got you. Things will get better. This is the time where, as the internal fragmentation that once made you question your direction begins to settle, it's going to look at things and you're going to see where these scattered reflections start to gather into a single clear surface of water. You are not becoming someone new this weekend. You are simply no longer splitting yourself into versions that no longer match your truth. And this is where, oh my goodness, as you align and awaken your spiritual connection to the universe, it is time not only to check in with your body, release the tension, because remember, the body always keeps the score. Release that tension, that trauma that you've been carrying, that's been manifesting in those misaligned energies, where it's been blocking your chakras and your energy flow. And it's time to truly ground yourself and look around, especially as you come home to the body in that 6th house activation, because there are signs being shown to you and the universe is going to be speaking to you this weekend as you step into your true soul and spiritual alignment. And if that resonates, let me know, because this weekend, Aquarius, you are stepping into alignment with your true and your own identity. The half moon is going to reveal where you are ready to be, who you are ready to be. Mars is going to give your voice precision and courage. And the sun with Jupiter is going to ground your life into a rhythm that can actually hold the truth. Oh, I got goosebumps. Let me know if you did too. This is beautiful. So the sun and Jupiter are going to ground your life into a rhythm that can actually hold the truth of who you are becoming, like stepping into your own silhouette and realizing it was never missing you. It was only waiting for you to arrive. you've got blessings coming your way. This is the white stag and your path is being revealed. So this is where it's like you are awakening to your intuition, following where it takes you. This is recognizing and acknowledging just how old your soul is in a beautiful way, in the wisdom way, not in the old, know what I meant? Either way, let me know. Put a heart in the comments below if you can relate. But this is truly awakening to the powerful forces within you, because you're meant to create blessings with your magic. And as your path unfolds, as you release your past, there is a beginning of a new journey that is happening this weekend where you are the teacher. And as you teach, as you shine, as the stars you were born to be, you help others find their way. So just know that your love creates a path that endures with true higher calling alignment. And if that resonates, let me know. So Capricorns, this weekend turns your attention toward the deeper architecture of your life. And what I mean by that is like we are turning your head, the weekend is turning your head, the universe is turning your head toward what you value, what you sustain, and what you are ready to redefine as your true worth energy. So this is where on May 9th, as the half moon in Aquarius moves through your second house of value, resources, self-worth, finances as well, it's placing you at the spiritual crossroads around what you have been building your stability upon. It's forming this beautiful trine with Venus, our planet of love, who is standing in Gemini. So this is going to be very social for you as well, adventurous for you in a lot of ways, and courageous, expansive. And with Venus in your 6th house, this is going to be looking at your daily flow, your daily life, your work. This energy creates this flowing alignment between your routines and your sense of worth, like subtle adjustments being made to the foundation of a structure so that it can finally support who you are becoming. This is a recalibration of not only your inner compass, but what you truly value. And there's clarity emerging this weekend for you around where your time, your energy, and your effort are either reinforcing your value or quietly depleting it. And this is a moment of awareness that asks you to choose differently, not from pressure, but from self-respect, from honoring and cherishing everything that you are. So with the Queen of Cups in reverse, we are looking at what has been making you feel emotionally exhausted, right? Where you've been experiencing manipulation, especially emotionally, right? Or even jealousy or hard-hearted people that have made creative blocks manifest in your life, even in your energy. Or has caused you to feel withdrawn from truly expressing yourself and standing 10 toes down on a foundation that truly supports you and your value, that honors you. And with the King of Cups right afterwards, this is, we are standing in your majesty. So what has been dimming your foundations? What has been dimming your heart, right? What has been making you feel distracted? Where has there been this aspect where it's been so aggressive against your energy? It's made it difficult to cope, right? Made you feel even overly emotional, or dealing with people that are just doing things out of spite, where it's like such low vibrational energy, you just feel like you're in the wrong place with the wrong tribe. And if that resonates, let me know, because this is a recalibration of your truth. We are looking at the King of Wands, right? So where other people have tried to take your leadership away from yourself, from your self-respect, from how you lead yourself, how you live your life, what's affected your daily flow altogether. And that goes with work in a lot of ways as well. It goes with your voice and what you consent to. So what I love about the throat chakra is it speaks to like safe spaces in the way of communication, where it's like you allow people to be heard as well as you allow yourself to voice, right? And you come to the table in a safe place, where everybody can voice their truth. But what I love most about it even more is that the throat chakra speaks to what you cognizantly or even subconsciously consent to, and that includes how you're treated, how your energy is valued. This is where you are stepping into your authority. You are being honest. You are following your passions. You are embracing the truth of shadows. And more importantly, by opening what you consent to, by teaching people how to respect you by holding that value for yourself. In a lot of ways, this is allowing you to open this door of charisma, right? Open this door of leading others, inspiring others through your creativity, through your movement, through your action. And I say that because on May 10th, on Sunday, Mother's Day, the moon's going to continue moving through your second house. And it's deepening your awareness around stability and security as it forms a sextile to Mars, which is our planet of passion, action, desires. Mars in Aries is in your fourth house of home, emotional roots, and inner foundation. So what makes you feel emotionally safe so that you know it's okay to say no? That is a sentence. It is not just a word. And if that resonates, let me know. Put a heart in the comments below, because this is where the moon and Aries are going to bring this quiet but determined drive into your energy to take action in your personal life. Take the leadership to stand in your authority, like reinforcing the internal ground you stand on so that everything built above it feels more secure, and it's built, more importantly, to last. And at the same time, remember, Sunday, Mother's Day, is going to be the luckiest day of this month. We've got the sun, your vitality, in Taurus, focusing on what you value most. And it just so happens that the sun for you guys is stationed in your fifth house. This is your house of bliss, joy, creativity, self-expression. And with the sun sextiling Jupiter, our planet of luck, abundance, opportunity, in Cancer, the most compassionate sign of the zodiac, in your seventh house. That is your house of relationships and connection. It is opening a supportive current in your personal fulfillment and the way that you relate to others. Align with true soul tribe synergy. This is creation collective consciousness alignment. And remember, this is the luckiest day. It opens up an opportunity of abundance and vitality to be linked, where there's also financial opportunities that are created. And you've got your second house being activated with this half moon. So there is a reminder here that your abundance is not only something that you earn, but it's something you allow yourself to experience, and most importantly, to receive within your connections and your connection with joy. So with the Three of Swords coming in reverse, this is beautiful, because this is like standing your ground and creating boundaries that end up letting people see you in a way where there's a new light, right? As the weekend unfolds, you begin to notice this shift in how you define stability itself, and how you allow yourself to, how you consent to allow other people to treat you, because you've got this new refined and ignited self-respect that's being grounded within you. So expect reconciliations, maybe even an apology, right? Or more importantly, a release of those energies that have tried to take your power away from you, as you step into the light with heart chakra alignment towards optimism, towards your abundance, with Jupiter's blessings, no less, as well. So this is where what once felt like obligation starts to truly reveal where your energy is most meaningfully invested. And if that resonates, put a heart in the comments below, because this is where what once felt like effort begins to feel more aligned with purpose. And it's not just about emptying your bucket. It's about refilling it every time that you invest your time and your energy, your love. There is this quiet restructuring that is happening within you and around you, like a blueprint being redrawn with honesty, though, so that what you build moving forward can actually support your growth instead of contain it or box it in. And this is where Spirit is saying, hold that compassion for yourself as well, because no one said this whole life thing was supposed to be a race. It is okay to slow down. It is okay to enjoy the ride. It is okay to rest. It is okay to experience your bliss. As I like to put it, like, get your bliss on, like, go out into nature and ground yourself and take in the beauty of that moment. It is time to stop looking outside yourself for answers, because you already know them. And as you ground yourself in that truth, that is where this crossroads, I mean, you can even see it within this moment, like this movement in this card. That is where your path unfolds and illuminates. And you're headed towards a sunrise or a sunset, either way you look at it. You're heading towards beauty. That's what I'm trying to say. So this weekend, Capricorn, you are redefining what is truly worth your energy and your time and your love. and your beauty and your personal power. So this half moon reveals where your value needs realignment, where Mars, that one was getting stuck, so it wanted to be picked. I'm just saying. Oh, I got goosebumps. If you did too, let me know. Look at this reclamation of your power. This is gorgeous. And you got luck on your side, infinite potential, intuition being awakened. We'll get into these deeper. So this is where Mars is going to strengthen your foundation, and the Sun with Jupiter is going to restore balance between joy, love, and the life you are building, like rebuilding the ground beneath your feet. So everything you touch from here forward stands stronger. It stands steadier and more true to who you are becoming. And this is where your will, your moxie, your perseverance, your resilience leads the way. So close your eyes. What animal do you imagine? It is time to embody their strengths as you awaken to your strength. And just know that love is the strongest vibration and energy that we all come home to. So this is the time to truly be gentle with yourself. Know that you heal with the power of love. That is what enables you to see the light in all things and acknowledge your self-worth and just how graceful you are when you move in the world when you're aligned in this energy. And just know you're not going it alone. You've got Jupiter here. The luckiest day of the month is here. And that energy will spill over into this next week. So stay tuned for this next week's reading. But this is where you are starting to see you have such a bright energy inside you. You are tapping into the infinite possibilities that your unlimited potential unleashes and awakens. So it's time to let go of worry. Be happy in the here and now. Feel good about loving the colorful you, because you bless the world with the color and the good luck that you are meant to share and experience as your inner foundations awaken, so that you can rebuild from that ground that allows you to stand 10 toes down. This is where you are standing in your sovereignty, because the magic of love is truly going to be surrounding you. And the beauty that you awaken to, that you see through a new perspective and a new lens, is going to transform you this weekend. So listen to the spirits of light, follow your intuition, and listen to the song in your soul. You know where to go. Recognize that your uniqueness is what makes you beautiful and is what is meant to shine in this world. That is your gift. That is your talent. That is what you're meant to share and experience and build a foundation from. So if that resonates, let me know. Sagittarius, so this weekend activates your mind, your voice, and the way that your thoughts shape the direction of your relationships and your future choices. So this is a weekend where your words redirect your path. And on May 9th, as the half moon in Aquarius moves through your third house, this is your house of communication, perception, and your immediate environment. It is placing you at a spiritual crossroads around how you express what you know and what you're still learning. This is forming a trine to Venus, our planet of love, and she is in one of our most social signs. She is in Gemini, and it just so happens she is in your 7th house. So not only are we looking at your relationships, your partnerships, your commitments, the energy creates this flowing bridge between between dialogue and connection. And with your 3rd house here too, this is like close relationships, one-on-one relationships, neighbors, siblings, friendships. And it's going to feel like two people are finally speaking in the same emotional language after a long period of misunderstanding or misinterpretation. So, I mean, this is big energy here for you guys. This is also where I just want to, I'm getting goosebumps with these cards. If you guys are too, I mean, look at this spread. This is absolutely gorgeous. We're going to talk about this as well, because we do have Mother's Day here. This is the luckiest day of the month that is happening here on Sunday. And it can involve finances, and opportunities for you are going to open doors through your connections in this way. So on before we get there on Saturday, there is clarity that's going to be emerging in your conversations, where honesty becomes not just helpful, it becomes necessary. It is the necessary ingredient for alignment and realignment to your Nine of Pentacles. This is like material success. This is material comforts. This is enjoying the fruits of your labor, standing in your confidence with Venus, planting your roots deep with this Virgo energy. This is like bringing the sacred into the ordinary, right? And it's illuminating and activating your heart chakra in a way where you start aligning towards the integration of lessons, ending cycles, especially where there was miscommunication or misinterpretation. But more importantly, aligning you to the achievement of your goals, because we've got Jupiter here this weekend. He is long-held goals and dreams. So there is this clarity that is coming on Saturday that is going to emerge in your conversations, where honesty is truly going to play a key role for you. So it's important to stand in your truth, speak from the heart as well. This is the moment where words will carry more weight than usual, and what you say truly has the power to reshape the direction of a bond or agreement in your life. And as you can see, it is going to just really focus on your foundations. Again, we've got Virgo energy, could be dealing with a Virgo as well. But what it really focuses on is your roots, your foundation, where your inner fire is being lit and lighting the fires of your foundation. So this is big, because as you start having this crossroads illuminate what foundational path is true for you, on May 10th, the moon is going to continue through your third house communication, sharpening your awareness and mental focus as it forms a sextile to Mars in Aries. And it just so happens that Mars, our planet of action, drive, desire, is in your fifth house of bliss. That is your house of creativity, your house of joy, your house of self-expression. So you're speaking from the heart this weekend, and it's redirecting your path in a very big way. This is where you're looking at like being the provider, being surrounded by dependable people, as well as being that dependable person. There's an emphasis on security in what heals these relationships and deepens these bonds for you. And with Mars here, this brings this surge of inspired action through thought and communication, like ideas catching fire the moment they are spoken. And at the same time, you are being reminded that you are standing in a favorable position. This is like where your inner fire towards your passions, your desires, where you take action, where you invest your time and your energy, and most importantly, your love. You're able to stand in a place of truth, but also in a place of confidence. And when the sun comes in, the sun is in Taurus. That is like focusing and redirecting your focus on what lights you up. It's your vitality and what you value most. And it just so happens that the sun is sitting in your sixth house. That is your daily life, your daily flow. Also work-life balance. This is structure in a lot of ways. And it's the vitality of your structure that is sextiling with Jupiter in Cancer. And Jupiter, our planet of luck and abundance, opportunity, long-term goals, in an exalted, amplified state, is in your eighth house. That is your house of emotional depth, transformation, and shared resources, spiritual and even financial inheritances. Also looks at governing debts. So when you're looking at it as like the frequency of money or the frequency of energies altogether, you're looking at true soul emergence. This is grounding insights into something more emotionally and energetically meaningful for you in this weekend. And there is this sense, especially with all this nurturing energy coming in with it being Mother's Day, there's this sense that what you're learning or communicating is not surface level. This is a deeper shift for you in how you engage with trust, intimacy, and emotional exchange, even financial exchange. And as Jupiter blesses your foundations, this is Capricorn energy here. This is where if you've been like managing a flow of multiple responsibilities, they are all coming into harmony. They're all coming into a rightful flow where things flow seamlessly. And it also allows you to tap into these unlimited potentials and possibilities with what you foster. So now is the time to truly follow your intuition. Because with the Seven of Cups, what I see on the table here, especially with both of these being 50-50, is as the weekend unfolds, your perception is of connection is going to evolve, right? So you may notice that certain conversations feel like turning points, not because they're dramatic, but because they're honest. And with the Seven of Cups here, basically this is like seeing through the decoys, seeing through the befuddlements, seeing through the options, the temptations for what aligns inspiration, what ignites imagination, what inspires creativity. This is pouring all your love into the depths of what lights you up. This is Scorpio energy. On the reverse here, this is like you now have clarity. You're seeing through all these options and you're seeing what your future looks like. You're seeing through the expectations, right? You're seeing through the illusions and you're choosing reality, right? You're choosing to flow and to align your flow state in the right direction where your path becomes redirected. And you've got to focus on material wealth, on prosperity, on stability, safety, family life, all of it all together. And if that resonates, let me know, because as this weekend unfolds, the way that you think, the way that you speak, and the way that you listen is going to start reshaping how you move through both love and opportunity. And it's here not only to nurture you, but it's revealing that clarity is not just mental. It is deeply relational. So with the Ten of Pentacles, because this is like all the material like abundance that Jupiter can truly bless us with, and following your intuition with Mercury here, so that it's grounded into your reality, into what you experience in your day-to-day life. On the downswing, this is where it's like wherever you've been dealing with disunions, conflict, financial issues, even like this feeling of feeling outcast or ostracized, or just feeling like your abundance isn't flowing naturally, right? Like you're out of flow state. This is bringing you into a stable foundation where achievements, future forward movement take precedence by you raising your vibration. And this came up for another reading. I can't remember which one. So check out your sun, moon, and rising sign if it resonates with you, because this can affect like family, business, close relationships, like even neighbors, siblings, all of the above, right? So when you look at basically like the idea of, excuse me, transitions, or what's been out of flow state, where you're like looking at things just from the physical, this is aligning all three states of you, right? Your mind, your soul, and your spirit, or your body, your soul, and your spirit. And when you do, you have the ability to reshape a true manifestation, because your body only reflects an echo of your vibration. So when all three of these are vibrationally aligned with a higher frequency, and you become consciously aware of how your perception is really elevating or diminishing your frequency, then you start to look at like embarking or embodying a 30-day challenge of raising your vibration and seeing that law of harmony truly reflect back through your life with the law of manifestation, the law of reciprocity. And if that resonates, let me know, because this is where things become deeply relational for you. And it's coming through love, connection, and opportunity. So things will get brighter. Things will start to stabilize, know what I meant, for you. But this is the weekend, Sagittarius, where your truth becomes the direction setting force. The half moon is going to refine your voice. Mars is going to turn your ideas into inspired action. And then the sun with Jupiter is going to deepen your understanding of trust and connection. And it's going to feel like you're realizing that your words are not just expressions of thought, but they're arrows that are pointing you toward the life that finally fits who you are becoming. So this is the weekend where you wake up with all of this nurturing, loving energy of unconditional love, with Mother's Day here, with the luckiest aspect of the month happening, that your life is so special. It is time to fill it with loving care, with the people that treat it with loving care, and that includes you as well. And if that resonates, let me know. I almost knocked the light off there, sorry. But if that resonates, put a heart in the comments below, because this is a weekend where your path is being illuminated through love in such a beautiful way, like more so than a lot of other signs, I'm just saying. But this is where you're starting to find that embracing that surrender of patience in the divine flow, it opens a space for you to be renewed. So find balance, step confidently towards your life with your purpose, and know that patience will bring you the biggest rewards, because you're aligning with divine timing. And if that resonates, let me know. Scorpio, so this weekend is going to turn your focus inward into the emotional architecture that truly shapes how you trust, how you bond, and how you build safety within yourself and your relationship with others. And it's rewriting your inner foundation in such a prolific way. So on May 9th, this half moon in Aquarius is going to be moving through your 4th house. Look at the energy that we are bringing in on Saturday. So with this half moon in Aquarius, focusing on home, memory, emotional roots, it's going to place you at a spiritual crossroads within your inner world. And if that resonates, let me know, because with this half moon forming a trine to Venus, our planet of love, our Renaissance woman in the most social sign, Gemini, in your 8th house of transformation, intimacy, emotional and soul merging, as well as shared energy. This creates a subtle but powerful current of emotional truth that is moving between what you feel privately and what you're ready to understand more deeply. So with the Knight of Pentacles coming in reverse, this is the time where you're looking at like where you've been overly cautious, where even too you've been feeling burnt out, or dealing with unreliable people, or feeling like you need to hesitate, right? This is where, with the 5 of Wands coming in right after that, the fighting will subside, right? This is like, let's look at where we've been ignoring or suppressing conflict and avoiding it or shying away, and more importantly, focusing on solutions-oriented opportunities. And it's rewriting your inner foundation, because it's creating that safe space for people to both be heard and also to let inspiration lead the way, to let your creativity lead the way to deepen bonds. It's going to feel like light entering a sealed room for the first time, revealing what was felt that might have been hidden, and really acknowledging that it was never lost. It was only waiting to be seen. And there's this invitation here to shift your emotional narratives from away from what you've inherited or carried silently, especially those that have been tied to safety, trust, or vulnerability. And instead, to open up to a new cycle, to enter a new cycle, because remember, May 10th is the luckiest day of this month. The moon is going to continue through your 4th house, deepening this emotional awareness, and it's going to form a sextile to Mars. Mars is our planet of action, desires, passions, and Mars in Aries, in the first sign of the Zodiac, is in your 6th house. So this is like a new beginning of harmony coming into your daily lives, your habits, even your embodiment, most importantly. And this is going to bring a quiet but determined energy to make changes in how you support yourself day to day, and in how you support others. And it's going to feel like you're tending to the roots of a plant so that the entire structure above it can truly strengthen. So this is feeding the soil in a beautiful way. This is making sure that the water is decalcified or distilled. And at the same time that all of this is happening, because roots run deep, that's what creates our resilience. We're looking at everything that was unbalanced in relationships, where there's been disharmony either in your energy or in your connections to others, where there's been conflict or distrust that's been fostered through quarrels, right? Where burnt bridges have fostered the way in the dualities. And this is where you're finding a link to your spiritual power. Because at the same time, we've got the sun. Your vitality is focused on what you value most in your 7th house of relationships, commitments, and partnerships. And it just so happens that the sun is sextiling Jupiter. This is our planet of luck, opportunity, abundance, exalted in Cancer, expanding your perspective in your 9th house. That is your house of higher self-wisdom, belief, and meaning. It's opening this stable flow for you between your connections and your evolving sense of truth. This is like this. Welcome to your rebound. This is like where it's like you're seeing the storm clouds and all of a sudden the sun comes out and there's this rainbow when it comes to where you want to go, who you want to plant your seeds with, your foundation with, and who's coming with you into the future that this foundation is being built for. And if that resonates, let me know, because there's this deepening awareness for you that is happening this weekend, that the relationships, I should say, that you choose and the beliefs that you hold on to are truly shaping each other more than you may have perceived before or realized before. And as the weekend unfolds, emotional clarity is going to begin to rise from beneath the surface for you. And this is going to be deep. So it's time to stop giving your power away. Stop also to see where you've been giving your power away. Because the patterns that once felt deeply embedded are going to start to loosen, not through force, but through understanding. So it is time, especially in your bonds, in your connections, it's time to truly look within where you need some TLC, because it's time to schedule it in, especially with your 6th house. This is like an awakening and an expansion of how your 6th house is truly looking at, or how your roots, your transformation is impacting your health. So as those patterns start to kind of loosen, right, you may notice that your sense of home is shifting inward, becoming less about external conditions and more about emotional coherence as well as self-trust. And it is time to bet on yourself and take chances. It is time to reach for your dreams. Spirit is saying this weekend, you got this. And you're going to reclaim your power, but you're also going to awaken to just how blessed you are as the creator in your life. So this weekend, Scorpio, you are rebuilding your emotional foundation from the inside out. And as this half moon ignites your inner fire, it's going to reveal what is ready to be healed within your roots, while Mars helps you transform your daily patterns into something more supportive. And meanwhile, the Sun with Jupiter is going to expand your understanding of love, trust, belief, perspective. And it's going to feel like discovering that the ground you were searching for outside yourself has truly been forming quietly within you all along. And this is where the fires within you are being ignited. This is like choosing to be unstoppable, knowing that your passions, your boldness, your bravery are your true power. And you're not going this alone. You have a friend. You have deepening bonds that are coming with you, right? This is like choosing to be happy, living and cherishing every single moment, but also too choosing to embrace your transformation courageously, to let go of the past and let your brilliance shine for the blessing that you are and the blessings that are meant to unfold in your life as you do. And if that resonates, let me know. So Libra, this weekend brings your heart back into focus in such a beautiful way. It is reawakening your connection to joy, creativity, and the part of you that wants to be expressed without hesitation. And this weekend is truly a reawakening of your desire to be seen and to love that spotlight once again. I am just saying, I've got goosebumps. If you do too, let me know, because this is where the 8 of Cups is coming out right away, and it kind of came out 50-50. So we're going to talk about this because you're at a crossroads on May 9th, right? On May 9th, that half moon in Aquarius is moving through your 5th house. That is your house of self-expression, pleasure, authentic joy. And it's placing you at the spiritual crossroads around what truly makes you feel alive. And with this half moon forming this trine, this harmonious energy with our planet of love, with Venus in one of the most social signs of the Zodiac, in Gemini. Just so happens that Venus is standing in your 9th house. That is your house of higher self-wisdom, expansion, higher understanding, and belief. And this energy is opening the world for you, to you, through inspiration and perspective, like opening a window being thrown open to the fresh air after a long period of emotional stillness. And if that resonates, let me know, because look at what we're doing here. This is going to be a big weekend for you. So this is clarity. That's what I'm seeing. And it's emerging around what inspires you versus what simply just entertains you. And it's this beautiful reminder for you that joy is not something that you have to earn. It's something that you're meant to participate in fully. You deserve to experience it just for being here, walking in this world, in this life. So as you anchor your dreams into reality, because this is Pisces and this is Saturn energy, We're looking at like what you do or feel like you have to do every day that actually doesn't light you up, that doesn't fill you with joy and abundance, that it leads to disappointment. And this is where you, this weekend, are going on a soul-searching journey, seeking that higher wisdom, to connect with the divine again, to connect with the universe again, to connect with what truly lights you up, how to anchor those dreams and experience them every single day. And with 8 here, this is opening doors up for you this weekend of prosperity, of personal strength, of standing and claiming your justice, and of reaping the rewards of your success, because you deserve nothing less. And if that resonates, let me know, because we've got Neptune here. This is the planet of dreams, right? So with the Hangman in reverse, we are like truly looking at like where you've been neglecting your spiritual development, where you've been feeling despair or feeling persecuted just for being you or standing in your personal power, where even you've ended up playing the role of the martyr in a relationship, or as I like to put it, like been the people pleaser in the way where you end up being a punching bag. And that ain't right. Let's just be real about it. You don't deserve that. And if that resonates, let me know, because I'm sending you a hug right now. Because May 9th is that big crossroads day that's going to illuminate all of this. And it's going to bring you into this path of recovery against whatever was overburdening you. And this is where you're standing in your truth. So, and you're letting your truth shine. This is your energy here, and Jupiter is blessing it and creating that foundation that's truly solid in your 5th house, no less, as well. So on May 10th, when we walk into Mother's Day, the moon is going to continue through your 5th house. This is amplifying your creativity. It's amplifying your emotional expression. And at the same time, the moon, which is your emotions, which is like energy in motion when you think about it, it's going to form a sextile to Mars. That is our planet of motion. That is our planet of action, drive, passions. And for you guys, Mars in Aries is stationed in your 7th house. This is your house of bonds, relationships, commitments, partnerships. This is going to bring activation through connection, like a spark being lit between self-expression and the way you meet others in intimacy and collaboration. And this is where, as all of this worth becomes awakened as well with Jupiter, you're calling people in to meet you halfway, to meet you in the middle, especially with your sign being here. And at the same time that we have all of this unconditional love energy with Mother's Day on Sunday, the sun, which is your vitality, stationed in Taurus, really focusing your transformation on what you value most in life. In your 8th house, that is like, and its roots are running deep here. We've got emotional depth, we've got shared energy, true soul emergence that lights you up, fills you with vitality. And it just so happens that the sun in Taurus is sextiling Jupiter, our planet of luck and abundance and opportunity, long-held goals, exalted in Cancer, no less. And Jupiter is in your 10th house. So that is your house of purpose, true soul path direction, your career, your ambitions, your visibility, and your vitality are working together, and they're being blessed. This is grounding your inner shifts into something that begins to influence your outward path. So this is where you're choosing to set these 10 of Wands down, right? Whatever has been excessive responsibility, wherever you've been feeling like you have to try harder, not work smarter, right? Where you actually exit out of your flow state rather than walk straight into it with effortless ease. Put those down, stand in your truth, anchor your truth into your foundations, and let it awaken your sacral energy. That is your creativity. That is cherishing the present in such a big, purposeful way and in such a rewarding way, an abundant way. So there is going to be this sense on Sunday that what you're feeling more deeply is beginning to shape how you are seen and what you are building in the world in such a prolific way. And you are reaching the pinnacle of success. This is the beginning of and endings. This is growth. So release what no longer serves you. Set those burdens down and walk into that new beginning that allows your heart to fly as light as a feather. Because with 10, this always represents completions and new beginnings, right? But it allows you to take that fool's shoes journey. And if that resonates, let me know, because as the weekend unfolds for you, this is where your relationship with joy begins to transform something passive into something truly intentional. And it's here to light you up in a big way with your fifth house being ignited this weekend. So you may notice what excites you is also what aligns you. And if that resonates, put a heart in the comments below. This is where you may also notice as well what feels creatively aligned is truly pointing you toward a meaningful direction. Stay present, because that is where life happens. That is where this inner shift is meant to happen, and it's where those crossroads are being illuminated. This is where rediscovery is happening here for you, Libra, where self-expression becomes not just an outlet, but a form of alignment with your truth. And this weekend, Libra, you are remembering that joy is truly a direction, not a distraction. The half moon is going to restore your creative voice, and then Mars is going to awaken passion through your connections, through your community. This is also where the sun I'm stumbling here, but this is also too where the sun with Jupiter is going to transform your inner evolution into your outer purpose. And you're not going this alone. You've got the community and you've got the partnership card. This is about authenticity in a big way. It's going to feel like you're stepping back into the spotlight that never truly left you. You only just forgot. You were always meant to stand in it. And if that resonates, let me know, because this is accepting yourself for all the color that you bring, feeling confident about being you, letting your community nourish and support you. Remember, teamwork always yields the best results, and the community is here, your community is here to lift you up. And with the bee, it also speaks to like the fact that your work, especially with your 10th house being illuminated here and activated with Jupiter, blesses everything that you touch. And that includes your bonds, your relationships. And that's how the two become linked, is how you reach people at that level, right? So be open to receiving the sweetness that you bless, all the honey that you spread, because you are the king or queen of abundance. It is time to receive and to be open to receiving those blessings. And if that resonates, let me know. Virgos, so this weekend brings your attention to the structure of your life, the rhythms of your daily existence, and how they are shaping the larger direction that you are moving forward. And this weekend, the luckiest weekend of May, is all about refinement of your path and your purpose. And if that resonates, let me know. Put a heart in the comments below, because on May 9th, this half moon in Aquarius, it's going to be moving through your 6th house. That is your daily flow. That is your routine. That is your work, your well-being. And it's placing you, oh my goodness, that's a lot. We're going to take them, I won't argue. It's placing you at the spiritual crossroads around how you are organizing your energy and what systems are truly supporting your growth versus inhibiting it or distracting it, dimming your light in a lot of ways. And oh my goodness, look at this energy. I got goosebumps. If you did too, let me know. So this spiritual crossroads is going to be forming a trine to Venus and Gemini. And remember, Venus, our planet of love, is in one of the most social signs at this time in your 10th house. That is your house of purpose, career, visibility, long-term direction. This energy between your daily life and where you're headed, your long-term goals, right? Your soul path. This energy creates a clear bridge, crystal clear, between your daily habits and your greater calling, like aligning the individual bricks of a structure so that the entire form begins to stand with more integrity, and it's all about what lights you up. This is a true following your calling and true alignment to your crown chakra. So with the Magician, be open to receive the messages that come in through this half moon. Do some meditation under the half moon even as well, or some grounding practices, because this is going to allow you to truly align mind, body, and spirit, body, soul, and spirit in the triad synergy energy, right? This is the beginning of standing in your personal power through self-mastery, igniting your creative power, looking at what you want to build, manifesting plans, putting ideas into practice. And this is the day with this half moon, this crossroads is going to illuminate the path where everything for you is truly ready. There is this awareness that is emerging around what is efficient versus what is meaningful, and where refinement will lead not just to productivity, but to true alignment with your purpose. And you're calling judgment. This is judgment. This is also Pluto here, transforming, an awakening and an epiphany through spiritual realizations that come through under this half moon that lead you in a transition towards your renewal and rebirth. And if that resonates, let me know, because this is balance and polarities, right? This is really invoking the laws of harmony into your life and into your manifestations. And remember, your perception, your material world, your physical experience of the world in your state of consciousness is only an echo of the three energies that you truly embody through the mind, the spirit, and the soul. So I would truly encourage you, especially with this weekend, with the luckiest weekend of the month and this half moon crossroads coming in, to embark and embody the 30-day challenge of how you raise your state of consciousness and your vibration and your energy flow, because the moon is all about energy and motion. And we just so happen to have this divine feminine energy awakening with Mother's Day here. This is unconditional love and holding unconditional love for your path, for your awakening, through also to your purpose or for your purpose and what truly lights you up, how you want to be seen, what you want to experience in this life. And by May 10th, there is something here where as the moon continues to move through your 6th house, deepening your awareness of patterns and responsibilities as it forms this sextile to Mars, which is in Aries. We've got Aries here in your 8th house, no less, of transformation, emotional depth, and soul emergence, shared energy. And that includes resources, finances. We've got Jupiter here this weekend. I'm just saying. This brings a subtle but powerful push for you toward inner change, like clearing stagnant energy from the places within you that quietly influence how you show up in the world. And at the same time that this is happening, your emotions in action, meeting Mars, looking at what you value most, with this Gemini sister sign energy, with Venus, our planet of love in Gemini, we have the sun, your vitality, focusing on what you value most in Taurus, really deepening this understanding. So the sun is in your 9th house. This is your higher self wisdom connection. This is expansion. This is looking at beliefs. This is breaking through that glass ceiling with higher understanding as the sun sextiles with Jupiter in Cancer. And Jupiter is our planet of luck and abundance, opportunity, exalted in Cancer, the most compassionate sign. So this is like holding what you most, like what you value most, holding it dear to you, close to your heart. All of what you've been wanting to learn with higher learning, 9th house activation, right? New skills, how you embrace opportunities, what you actually look at and how you align your higher calling through your career, your employment, generating financial security for you. Or even to just what makes you feel fulfilled, right? This is about receiving good news and walking through that open door without hesitation when it comes to good news about money, career, education, or even home. This is going to be a big day for you on Sunday. And I say that because Jupiter in Cancer is in your 11th house. That is your community, your sense of belonging, your future vision, your long-held goals. It is grounding your perspective into something that feels both inspired and supported at the same time. As you stand in your truth, you come into full alignment with internal balance. This is like healing what needs to be healed, embracing your creativity, embracing your gifts, your talents, your art, your soul's calling, your higher soul path alignment in what lights you up. And this is where there's going to be this growing sense that your path is not only being refined through discipline, it's also being expanded through connection, through meaning. And there is celebration to be had. With the 4 Wands, this is familial bliss with the right soul tribe, chosen family. This is stability and peace and balance where things settle down because Venus is being blessed with what you take action on, with your heart fully open and fully aligned, creating a foundation that leads to achievements, that leads to self-discipline, sturdy foundations, a reality that lets you experience the prosperity and harvest and success that you've been yearning for, working for, and wanting to achieve and being aligned with. So as this weekend unfolds, your awareness of your life begins to sharpen in a very intentional way, more than it possibly has even before. And it's because you're aligned with your faith, with your spirituality. This is where Venus again is here to bless all the dualities through the law of reciprocity, through the law of harmony itself, the law of balance, generosity. So with the Seven of Cups, this is where it's like on this crossroads, you've got options, you've got choices, but now you're seeing through all the decoys, you're seeing what truly lights you up, what ignites your imagination, as well as your inspiration. And two other signs, I can't remember which ones, pulled this card as well. So check out your sun, moon, and rising sign for additional messages on a more personal read that aligns with your chart, because what once felt like routine is now starting to begin to feel like design. And I just got goosebumps. My ears started ringing. If yours did too, put a heart in the comments below, because what once felt ordinary is now beginning to reveal its role and how it is shaping your future and how it's meant to shape your future. Know what I meant, not what I said. Either way, as this weekend unfolds, as your awareness of your life begins to sharpen in this more intentional way, this weekend, Virgo, you are refining the structure of your becoming. This half moon is realigning your daily life with your higher purpose. Mars is helping you transform what lies beneath the surface, and the sun with Jupiter is expanding your vision through connection and through belief. And it's going to feel like you're carefully tuning an instrument until every part of your life finally resonates in harmony with where you're meant to go. So stop caring about what they think. This is your life to live. It is your life to love. It is time to start letting it shine. And remember, it is okay to be happy. So again, I will say this. I can't encourage you enough. Take that 30-day challenge to really be conscious of what your thoughts, your perception, and your energy is doing. And take the steps that are necessary to raise that vibration each and every day, in each and every moment, in each and every conscious thought and action, because that's where miracles unfold. And if you are, let me know in the comments below that you're doing this or that you're going to try this for 30 days. Because this is the time where this weekend, the luckiest weekend of the month, is really going to help awaken you to learning how, and how to consciously start swimming in that happy joy of living, right? To inhale confidence and exhale fear, to dive into your wisdom and to allow surrender when it comes to going with the flow of the currents of where raising your vibration truly takes you, where your manifestations are meant to take you. And that's where, again, miracles start to unfold. And I want to know, I'm just saying, and how these start to manifest in your life. So if you think about it, come back to this reading or whatever reading, come back to this channel and let me know how things start to manifest as you do, if you do, this 30-day challenge, because you bless the world with your positivity and with your love. And when you let your energy soar, don't ask why I said shore there, that's where your energy starts to truly spread your wings wide open, where you can truly learn to fly. And remember, the hummingbird, not only are they adorably cute and just amazing creatures, but they have the ability, just like dragonflies, to fly in any direction, right? And you can feel the vibration of their wings, the intensity of their wings when they truly fly. They have full control over where they're going. They are more powerful than we even imagine. And it's incredible energy. If you agree, let me know. Put a heart in the comments below, because that is the energy that you will be feeling this weekend with Mother's Day, with this unconditional love that the universe is truly blessing you with this weekend. And if that resonates, let me know. So Leos, this weekend is going to turn your attention toward your relationships, your future vision, and the way that you're being seen through the eyes of others. And it's asking you to realign yourself with connection and realign your connections with authenticity. This weekend is all about like a redefinition for you of love, purpose, and visibility. And if that resonates, let me know. Because on Saturday, I almost said Sunday, on Saturday, May 9th, this half moon in Aquarius is going to be moving through your 7th house of partnerships. This is big. This is where significant relationships are placing you at this spiritual crossroads around how you show up in one-on-one dynamics. And as this half moon trines to Venus, our planet of love, right? This is big. She is in one of her most social signs with her stationed in Gemini right now. And it just so happens that she is stationed in your 11th house. So this is, again, a very social house. This is your sense of belonging. This is your community. This is also your future vision and your long-term aspirations. So this energy truly creates a flow between love, friendship, and shared direction for you. Like two separate paths beginning to converge and then move toward the same horizon. And if that resonates, let me know, because this is the weekend where there's clarity that emerges around where connection feels reciprocal and expansive versus where it feels limiting or misaligned with the future that you are truly building and that you're being called to build. And this is the moment of recognition where relationships become mirrors for you and for your evolving identity and direction. So with the Three of Swords here coming out, this is going to be big energy. Look at what came out here. And we also have two Knights. So this is where it's like you're looking at like what relationships truly feed you and what ones starve you. So where there's been heartache, disappointment, or a storm of quarrels and power imbalances, this is a catharsis catalytic moment on Saturday for you. This crossroads is. So, and they're going to be illuminating very directionally clear for you. What makes you feel closed off and unsupported? What makes you flow easily? Where there's growth, where there's synergy, where creativity flows, where there's balance, and the foundation of those relationships, what lets you feel safe and secure, and supported, is being anchored into those relationships because they want to see you win. They want to see you help build that future for you. They want to see you succeed and thrive. And again, we've got Libra energy here, so you could be dealing with a Libra. I'm just saying, but this is where you are taking the blindfold off at this crossroads. With the Two of Swords, this is like what relationships have caused you to remain stagnant, where there's even been confusion because you're not sure of commitments. This is a new beginning, and your intuition is going to point the way for you. Because on May 10th, on Sunday, as the moon continues, and remember, the moon is your emotions in motion. So, the moon, or your energy in motion. So the moon is going to continue moving through your 7th house of partnerships and commitments. So think about what you're committing yourself to, who you're committing yourself to, because on May 10th, your awareness is going to deepen about the relational patterns that have been forming in your relationships. Which ones feed you, which ones starve you. Again, I'm going to say that. And if that resonates, put a heart in the comments below. Because as the moon on May 10th forms a sextile to Mars, which is our planet of passion, action, desires. With Mars being in Aries in your 9th house of higher self-wisdom, higher truth, expansion, and belief, something is bringing your awareness through enlightenment when it comes to how you innovate love more freely and deeply into your life. This brings the courage to speak and to act from your convictions, especially in your relationships where honesty or direction has felt unclear. And it's going to feel like you're finally choosing a path because it aligns with what you know to be true, not who you were told or felt obligated or had your light dimmed to feel like you had to be aligned with, almost like shackled to. And that's kind of over dramatic, but this is where I see it. So with the Five of Swords, this is like, where have relationships made you feel defeated, humiliated, misrepresented, or even betrayed? Where has there been unfair advantages taken? Where have you been frustrated because there's been self-serving aspects? You're the one holding the swords here. Or you could be the one choosing to walk away and to put down that sword and to stop fighting altogether and just enter a new cycle. You let me know in the comments below of which one you are, because you're making a judgment call whichever way it is. This is an awakening and an epiphany. And remember, we've got this unconditional love energy happening on Mother's Day on Sunday, May 10th. This is where, as you get the courage to speak and act from your convictions of what you know to be true, the sun in Taurus, your vitality, is being drawn into what truly lights you up, what you value most in your relationships, how you want to be seen, because the sun is in your 10th house. That is your house of purpose, visibility, and achievement, your career, your honors, rewards, how you're truly, how you're truly cherished in this life, right? This is like you're walking into a place where luck and abundance meets your vitality. And it just so happens that it's happening in your 10th house and your 12th house, because Jupiter, as Jupiter sextiles the sun, Jupiter's in Cancer, amplified and exalted in Cancer. This is our planet of luck, opportunity, and abundance. You've got Pluto here embarking on a transformation in your 12th house. That is your house of subconscious, your house of spiritual renewal. In a lot of ways, too, it is your house of hidden talents and hidden gifts. There is something here where this energy of this sextile, because it is the luckiest aspect that we can have in a month, it is grounding your external growth into a deeper inner healing. This is also where hidden enemies typically tend to be revealed as well, because the light is shining with Jupiter shining in your 12th house. There's going to be this quiet recognition in your public life and private evolution in your private life. And they are more connected than they appear, and they ever were or have been or will be in this month of May. And this is where this epiphany, this enlightenment comes in, where true success begins behind the scenes in how aligned you feel within yourself and how that manifests in your relationships that you entangle with. So as you're learning these new skills, there's new opportunities, new employment. There is something that's going to fill you with vitality and enthusiasm, and it's urging you to take inspired action. This is Aries energy, this is Taurus energy, and this is Gemini energy. Remember, Venus, our planet of love, is in Gemini. You have a lot of social signs being awakened this weekend. So as you align with your higher calling, what truly fills your heart up, you're taking action towards your heart's desires, towards the people that align with your heart's desires and create a foundation that feels safe enough to express, to build your heart's desires. So as the weekend unfolds, your relationships and your sense of purpose begin to recalibrate together. And this is where the Four of Wands come in, because this is where stability and peace, harmony, start to truly embody the foundation that you're meant to walk towards. You've got two knights here, so it's lofty passion, it's inspiration. This is also where your charm gets to shine. This is where it's like you're looking at being dependable and responsible and meeting people in a material way with that same reciprocal energy. Same thing goes with your resources, what you value most and how you take action in your investments of your time and your energy. You may notice that the people around you are reflecting back your growth with this energy. You may notice as well where they're showing you where alignment has strengthened and potentially where it still needs attention, still needs that attention. This is where your emotions are going to lead towards that material manifestation in your relationships. It's this soft but undeniable shift that is truly happening for you in where your alignment is truly showing you how you define partnerships. And this is where it becomes something that not only completes you, but also too, it becomes something that supports who you are becoming. It leaves room to grow. And if that resonates, let me know, because this is where it is time to stop ruminating over what you did do, what you didn't do, where you've been guarded, where you've given yourself over to freely. And more importantly, to be truly aligned with the energy and the relationships, the partnerships, the love that feeds you. And I'll say it again, if that resonates, because I just got goosebumps, let me know. Put a heart in the comments below. Because this weekend, Leo, look at this energy. Yeah, I got goosebumps. So this weekend, Leo, you are stepping into relationships that match your evolution. You are headed towards a path of prosperity. This half moon is going to clarify your connections. Mars is going to strengthen your truth, and the sun with Jupiter is going to anchor your success in inner alignment. Like realizing the spotlight you once searched for externally has now turned inward. It's illuminating a version of you that no longer needs validation to be seen. More importantly, it is time to embrace this change because opportunities are close at hand. And this is where, as you embrace your personal power, your mastery becomes your destiny. It is time to rise with dignity. It is time to embrace that vibrancy and stand in the light and let your light shine, because you were born to shine. You were born to inspire. You were born to truly fill your life with goodness, fill your life with abundance. This is like being taught the ways of gratitude and prayer so that you open yourself to the infinite possibilities of your sovereignty. Because as you stand in your nobility, you are being crowned with success. Your ability to conquer challenges is becoming limitless this weekend. And this is where you go beyond the ordinary and become the legendary Leos that you were born to be. And if that resonates, let me know. So Cancer, this weekend draws you into a deeper emotional water. This is like the surrender that rebuilds you from within kind of weekend. There's a before and after moment here, and it is where transformation, release, and quiet inner healing begin to reshape how you see yourself and your place in the world. And if that resonates, let me know, because on May 9th, this half moon in Aquarius is going to be moving through your 8th house. This is going to be so powerful for you because your 8th house is your house of transformation. It is your energetic exchange. It is your emotional, financial, material, and soul mergence. This is placing you at a spiritual crossroads around what you are still holding on to beneath the surface. And it just so happens to be forming a trine to the planet of Venus in her most social sign of Gemini. And that is our planet of love, right? So this is where Venus, stationed in your 12th house, no less. This is your house of subconscious endings, your hidden gifts and talents, your spiritual processing, also 2 hidden enemies. And that includes enemies from within, right? So this energy is creating this gentle but profound flow for you between what is hidden and what is ready to be released, kind of like a door slowly opening in a room you didn't realize was holding so much unspoken energy. And if that resonates, let me know, because we have the 10 of Wands here. We have the 3 of Swords here. This is the time to lighten the load. And if that resonates, let me know, because there is a soft unveiling happening here, especially on Saturday for you this weekend, where intuition begins to name what your heart has already known. And you are invited to loosen your grip on the emotional patterns that no longer support your peace. This is where your inner fire starts to become your foundation. The sacred moves into the ordinary, into your life and into your energy and into your emotions. And there's a strong emphasis on security, right? So with the King of Pentacles, this is like reclaiming your personal power and reclaiming your throne when it comes to your material financial success, your material abundance, your pragmatic planning, your emotional self-control, and emotional intelligence as well. So whatever has been making you feel like a lack of control, where you've been exhausted or feeling excessive responsibility, feeling too much pressure, just know that as you align your truth and anchor your truth into your reality, your sacral flow is being released. This is like your passions, your creativity, your inspiration. On May 10th, as we enter off of these crossroads after something is illuminated, what needs to be released, what needs to be let go of, it's going to lighten the load for the luckiest day of the month for you. And this is where you end up standing at the pinnacle of success in a new beginning that lets you walk forward lighter, brighter, and clearer, just as the Fool's Shoes does, right? Or the Fool's Journey does. So May 10th is your day The moon is going to continue through your 8th house of transformation, and it's deepening your emotional awareness as it forms a sextile to Mars, which is in Aries in your 10th house. This is your house of career, purpose, direction, and visibility, honors, and achievements. So this brings this quiet but determined drive to transform how you move in the world. Kind of like your emotional truth is becoming the fuel for your external exchange. This is where you start leading towards your victory and you start being crowned with success. Because remember, we've got the sun sextiling Jupiter here, lighting your inner fire. And remember, the sun is in Taurus. That is like focusing what lights you up, what fills you with the vitality that you're meant to experience, like in this renewable energy source. And it's focused on what you value most in your life. And there's like the sun is stationed in your 11th house. This is your sense of belonging. This is looking at your future vision. This is like where you contribute in your community and your future. And then we've got this beautiful sextile with Jupiter and the sun happening. And Jupiter is exalted in your sign, in your 1st house. That is your house of identity and embodiment. So we're looking at you embodying your emotions, your vision, your dreams through innovation in a way that truly allows you to step into your place of leadership. And you've got luck and abundance on your side here. So it is grounding your expansion directly into who you are becoming. And remember, this does involve a potential of finances as well. And I know in the previous readings that I've done with you, there is a lot about you stepping into a place of leadership, leading with the heart through servant leadership, that also has something to do with like a promotion, a raise, something that allows you to step into like this managerial position. So there is this powerful sense of growth that is happening for you. And this is the weekend where you start seeing that your growth is not separate from your identity anymore. It is actively shaping how you are seen, how you are felt, and how you are experienced by others. And this is where you start seeing what you are anchoring into your reality with Saturn here, building a legacy on, become balanced through your magnetism with your heart wide open. So as you look at the Three of Swords, this is like where there's been storms of emotions, where there's been quarrel or power imbalances, you're now releasing those energies so that your embodiment becomes this higher frequency of abundance, of growth, of synergy, of dynamic balance and expression. And if that resonates, let me know, because as the weekend unfolds, there is this emotional release, especially with that Three of Swords, that begins to create space for something more aligned to emerge for you. You may notice that what once felt heavy or entangled starts to dissolve in really subtle ways, not through avoidance, but through understanding and through recalibration. Because this is a recalibration of emotional strength, where letting go becomes the act of self-reclamation. And if that resonates, put a heart in the comments below, because it is time to say goodbye to your past. Leave that baggage at the door and leave it behind for good. Don't take it with you. Lay those 10 of staffs down. You do not need to carry them any further, because this weekend, Cancer, you are rebuilding and being rebuilt from and through your emotional truth, and that is where the magic happens. The half moon here this weekend helps you to release what no longer belongs to your inner world. Mars is transforming your emotional depth into direction. And then the sun with Jupiter, the luckiest aspect of this month, it is going to be anchoring your growth directly into your identity, like rising from deep water and realizing you are not returning to who you were, but you're emerging as someone entirely more aligned with your own becoming. And I will say it again, this is where the magic happens. It is time to embrace your transformation. Courageously let go of that past, because the magic within you is meant to shine in all of its brilliance. And this is the weekend where you are being blessed with abundance, opportunity, luck, optimism, and your legacy. And if that resonates, let me know. So Gemini, this weekend opens a doorway for you guys into your perspective, where your beliefs, your identity, and your future direction all begin to realign in a more expansive and authentic way. This is the weekend where your expansion of your voice, your vision, and your identity coincide seamlessly together. This is going to be big for you guys, and you're going to feel this energy. So on May 9th, this half moon in Aquarius is going to be moving through your 9th house. That is your house of expansion, higher self-wisdom, higher learning. It involves your belief systems, your perspective, and your long-distance vision. And if that resonates, let me know, because this is where this half moon in Aquarius is placing you at a spiritual crossroads around what you are choosing to believe about yourself and your life path. And remember, we just so happen to have this half moon, I think they came out this way. This half moon is trine with Venus, our planet of love, in your sign, in your first house of identity and embodiment. So this energy creates a powerful alignment between your inner truth and how you present yourself to the world, like stepping into a version of yourself that no longer asks for permission to exist. And that is why that Ten of Swords came out. We're going to talk about this energy. So there's clarity here that is emerging for you this weekend around who you are when you're no longer filtering yourself through outdated beliefs, expectations, or old narratives that no longer match your evolution. And if that resonates, let me know. Put a heart in the comments below, because with the Five of Pentacles coming out 50-50 like this is that crossroads. So where has material or spiritual poverty made you feel helpless, made you encounter a manifestation of financial difficulties, made you feel even desperate, or even experience a manifestation of health difficulties? Because we've got Mercury, your ruling sign, enlightening you to what you value most in life and where you need to change this expansion, this perspective, so that you can enter a new cycle that opens that sacral flow. This is like linking and opening, tapping into your spiritual power and experiencing the immediate relief that it cultivates. This is like your rebound, right? This is where it's like the sun comes out after a storm kind of energy. And whatever you've been feeling closed off on, holding too much control on, or holding too tightly onto, with the Four of Pentacles in reverse, you're looking at like where you've been excessive or experiencing excessive aspects when it comes to materialism, instability in money or material loss. And you're now looking at what needs to be saved when it comes to time, energy, the frequency of money, the frequency of your abundance, where your long distance vision starts to replace that lack and starts to help you step into a version of yourself that no longer asks to carry this burden, right? To experience this misfortune. So this came up in a couple of other signs. So I would certainly recommend viewing your sun, moon, and rising sign to get the most personalized message in this reading for you for this weekend. But this type of energy really looks at embarking on a 30-day challenge of raising your vibration when you become aligned with your triad. And what I mean by that is your body, your soul, and your spirit. Because you are only, your physical experience in this world is only 1/3 of your energy. And more importantly, it's an echo of your soul and your spiritual energy. So think back to how endings, jealousy, hatred, treacheries, backstabbing, retaliations, where all of that has led this manifestation into your world of poverty, and more importantly, where it needs to be released so that a brighter horizon can begin to shine. Because this is where your energy, Venus is shining in your first house. You've got the sun here connecting you to your vitality once again this weekend. And I say that because on May 10th, on Sunday, not only do we have this unconditional, loving, nurturing energy of Mother's Day coming in, but this is where the moon continues to walk through your 9th house of expansion. It is expanding your awareness and your perspective as it forms this sextile to Mars and Aries. Mars is in your 11th house. That is your community, your future goals, your collective direction, your sense of belonging. Mars is our planet of action, your passion, and your desires. Pay attention to your dreams. We've got Mercury here leading you with your intuition, your soul realignment, your spiritual realignment. And this sextile between your emotions in motion with the moon and Mars and where you take physical action is going to bring momentum through connection and aligned action, like your ideas finding movement through the people and the spaces that reflect your growth. And if that resonates, let me know. Put a heart in the comments below. Because at the same time, we have the luckiest aspect that we will see in all of May. The sun in Taurus, your vitality is refocused on what you value most in life. In your 12th house, connecting your subconscious to your state of conscious. This is also like your inner processing, your hidden talents, your hidden gifts, where you're being seen, where you're celebrating that success, where you're receiving that support, sharing, coming into connection with sincere allies, where unity becomes true strength between all of what you birth. And it's also revealing hidden enemies, where endings need to be released. Again, I'll put that there. So there's this aspect where the sun is being united with a sextile with Jupiter, which is our planet of luck and abundance, right? Opportunity. Jupiter just so happens to be exalted in the compassion of Cancer energy here. And Jupiter is stationed in your 2nd house. This is gorgeous because it's about your value, your finances, your stability. It is grounding your inner healing directly into your self-worth. And your 1st house is being lit up with Venus. So, where does your structure need to be innovated? This is Capricorn energy, and this is Aquarius energy. This half moon is going to be very powerful for you. So, this is where there's this quiet but profound shift that is happening for you beneath the surface, where what you're releasing internally is directly going to strengthen how you value yourself externally. And as the weekend unfolds, your perspective begins to widen in a way that feels both liberating and grounding. This is where you start taking charge towards your ambitions with intelligence, with articulation, with passion, advocating for being that inspiration in action. This is like your solar plexus is not only your money frequency, your gold frequency, your golden inner fire, but it's also about like your confidence. It's like knowing what you were born for, why you're here, connecting with your gifts and how you show them and let them shine in the world, and being that confidence inspirationally in action. And if that resonates, let me know, because we are looking at the Emperor in reverse. This is like challenging authority, right? This is like looking at where there's been prejudices, where you've experienced unjust energy, right? Look at all what came up in the reverse here. And this is now looking at where you haven't taken action towards a foundation that's like more stable for you, that aligns more with your truth. And you may notice that old limitations around your identity, direction, or even where your liberation has been dismantled or dimmed, and it's now opening to possibility, right? These aspects are beginning to dissolve, not through force, but through a deeper sense of knowing. And what once felt uncertain is going to start to feel expansive for you. Like your life is larger than the version of what you previously were willing to or capable of imagining. So, this is where Spirit is truly saying it is time to speak out, speak up, let your voice be heard loud and clear. Let your gifts be heard loud and clear, because there's a deeper sense of knowing that is guiding you towards your certainty, towards your true alignment. And this weekend, Gemini, you are expanding beyond the limits of your former identity. This half moon reshapes your belief in what is possible. And Mars is moving your vision into connection and action, as the sun with Jupiter is grounding your inner transformation into tangible self-worth, like stepping into an open sky you didn't realize was always meant to be yours. And this is where you're finally realizing you were never meant to stay small within it. You are charging towards your freedom. There is a greater purpose that is calling you, and this is the weekend where you start hearing it and you start speaking it loud and clear. This is where you're also tapping into your unlimited reserves, your unlimited stamina. So now is the time to truly follow the wind of change. because you're meant to accomplish the dreams you were called to align with and to experience in this life. And if that resonates, let me know. So Taurus, this weekend brings your focus to your path in the world, your sense of purpose. This is so beautiful for you. This is the weekend where the way your inner values are truly being seen and how they shape your outer direction. And this is the weekend where recalibration of your identity, your worth, and your direction all start to unfold and the world becomes your oyster. And if that resonates, let me know. Because on May 9th, this half moon in Aquarius is going to be moving through your 10th house. This is big energy for you guys. So this is where your career, your visibility, and your life purpose are placing you at the spiritual crossroads around how you are seen and what you are building towards. And this is where, as you lift your head towards what you're taking action on, particularly as it goes to your passions, your desires, you're looking at a personal career development here that is embodying your visions, that are embodying your ambitions. This is making plans and decisions with resolution, standing in your originality, and also, too, letting your imagination, your creativity truly lead the way. So, with this crossroads, this cosmic crossroads half moon forming a trine with Venus, our planet of love, in Gemini, in your second house of value, resources, and self-worth, this energy is creating a direct alignment between your sense of stability, your finances, and your public direction. And it's going to feel like something is adjusting the foundation of a structure within you and for you in your material world around you so that the form above can finally stand with more clarity and ease. There is this awareness that is emerging on Saturday for you around whether your current path truly reflects what you value or whether it has been shaped by obligation rather than authenticity. So, as the moon encourages you to truly look at your dreams and see the unforeseen, right? See the hidden enemies, see through the enlightenment and alignment to your spirituality. Lean into the voluntary change because it's where your path is being illuminated and where your direction is being illuminated, where your new beginning is being illuminated. And it's a new beginning that taps into your potential, your pure potential. Because look at this. We've got the world and we've got the 10 of Cups here for you and the Page of Wands. This is gorgeous energy. So May 10th, as you walk, as your path is illuminated on the 9th, and then walk into Mother's Day with this unconditional love energy, and the most blessed, positive and luckiest aspect of the month, May 10th is going to continue with the moon moving through your 10th house, deepening your awareness of your direction and your responsibilities. And this is also where the moon, your emotions in motion, are forming this beautiful this beautiful sextile, cooperative energy with Mars in Aries. And remember, Mars in Aries is in your 12th house. So it's linking your subconscious to your material world. This is inner processing. This is hidden talents, hidden gifts. There's this quiet but powerful internal activation that is happening. Like unseen forces being behind the scenes, beginning to shift your motivation in ways that you might not fully be able to articulate yet, but you'll definitely be able to feel it. And this is where things start looking up because your inner fire is leading the way with compassion. It is anchoring the sacred into the ordinary with this Virgo energy. This is also Leo, this is Cancer, so you may be dealing with these signs. But it's igniting your sense of adventure. It's igniting your creativity with a new plan, a new project. This is also about receiving a message, especially as the Sun sextiles Jupiter. This is the luckiest aspect that we get to experience in this month. So the Sun is in your sign. Taurus energy with the Sun being your vitality is all about what lights you up and what you hold most value for that fosters a sense of safety and security. And it's in your first house. So with the Sun being in your first house, this pertains to your identity, your embodiment, your self-expression. and with the sextile to Jupiter, which is our planet of luck, opportunity, abundance, legacy, also money, financial wealth. In Cancer, just saying, this is where Jupiter in your third house of communication and perception is going to ground your voice and your presence into something more confident, something more expressive, and something absolutely more aligned. And if you just got goosebumps like I did, my ear is ringing too, let me know. Put a heart in the comments below. Because there is going to be on Sunday this growing sense within you in how you see yourself. And that growing sense is going to begin to match how you step into the world. Both of them are going to become aligned with each other. And this is where the world is your oyster, as they say. This is triumph. This is assured success. This is consummation of a brand new chapter that leads to a holistic wholeness that can only be experienced by embracing a new beginning with your heart as light as a feather. This is where it's like you're taking action towards your dreams with such passion, with such unlimited potential, and you're not going it alone. This is a sense of belonging. This is security. This is love lighting the way. This is genuine joy. This is creating a foundation that, again, puts you at a pinnacle of success in a brand new beginning that fosters growth and spiritual awakening and alignment. So, as the weekend unfolds here, Taurus, your sense of direction and your sense of identity begin to synchronize seamlessly. This is where what once felt like external pressure starts to truly transform into internal clarity. And you may notice that your decisions feel more self-led, more intentional, and more anchored in your personal truth. So this is the time to give that inner critique a vacation day. Hold compassion with that Cancerian energy. Be kind to yourself and know that you are perfect just as you are. There is this quiet but steady realignment that's happening for you this weekend between who you are and what you're building. And they're finally ready to come into true alignment with your soul's growth, with grace as well. So this weekend, Taurus, you are stepping into a version of yourself that matches your truth. The half moon is going to refine your purpose. Mars is reshaping your inner world behind the scenes. And the Sun and Jupiter are grounding your voice, grounding your perception into alignment, like finally standing inside a fire that no longer asks you to shrink, but instead reflects the strength and clarity you've been building all along. And this is where you are not only flowing with grace seamlessly into this new beginning, you are protected, and it is your choice. It is your free will leading the charge. So with the swan here, this is about like gliding through the waters of your soul and letting your spirit, your soul, align with your inner wisdom to show you the way, to help you transform, right? This is also too where what you transform into enlightens and elevates your vibration into an alignment of mastery, where you find your life's flow through harmony, through finding the rhythm of your path and letting it unfold through surrender, and know that it's absolutely protected. But this is where Spirit is saying, as you embark on this new journey where you come into alignment with your inner and your outer world, close your eyes. What animal do you imagine? What strengths are they known for? Because this is the time for you to walk in their wisdom and to shine that light as you build a world that is built on the clarity that reflects your personal truth. And if that resonates, let me know. And so, guys, this weekend, it carries a subtle but powerful energetic recalibration through the half moon in Aquarius. And herbs and crystals can help support that clarity. It can help. They can help support the emotional release, as well as the intuitive alignment that is being called to you this weekend. So, peppermint can help clear out any mental fog that you're struggling with, and it'll also help with sharpening your perception as insights rise to the surface, especially during moments of realization and inner redirection. Lemon balm will offer gentle emotional soothing to you while keeping the heart open to change. It's going to help you stay receptive rather than resistant as old patterns are revealed and, more importantly, released. Chamomile will also help with supporting the nervous system. And remember, your nervous system really governs your frequency to receive prosperity. It helps with regulation and emotional release and emotional ease, and it allows you to move through introspective moments with softness rather than feeling overwhelmed. So lean into chamomile if you're struggling with those energies. Also, too, for emotional grounding, energetic balance, rosemary will truly help strengthen that mental clarity and that awareness. Especially when recognizing outdated thought patterns or beliefs that are ready to be released as well. Lavender, cannot stress this enough, will support your emotional processing and calm your emotions through the integration. And mugwort can also be used to enhance your dream work, your intuition, and your subconscious awareness, especially if your sign is under the influence of that 12th house or that 8th house activation this weekend, because that was certainly present for multiple signs. Cinnamon will bring warmth, activation, and forward movement to you. And it will also help you with gently shifting that stagnant energy into momentum as clarity turns into action, especially with this half moon in Aquarius. Now, crystals like amethyst will also be especially supportive for intuitive clarity and emotional insight. They'll help you remain connected to your higher perspective during moments of inner reflection. Labradorite will enhance your spiritual awareness and support navigating change with trust, especially under the influence of that Aquarius transformation energy. So, with black tourmaline, it's going to provide you the grounding, especially under the mentally active half moon that we've got, where truths rise to the surface. And black tourmaline will also help you with staying centered while processing the shifts that happen if your first house activation or your second house activation is truly affecting, or you're feeling the energy-wise, I should say, in the reflection in your identity, your value, or your direction. Whatever comes in for you this weekend, may this weekend truly meet you exactly where you are and gently guide you into deeper honesty with yourself, your choices, and the life you are quietly walking toward. May this half moon in Aquarius illuminate the crossroads within you so that you can see with clarity what is ready to be released and what is ready to evolve, and what is finally ready to be honored as complete. May you be supported in the moments of realization that arrive through conversation, reflection, and stillness, trusting that clarity does not always come out loudly, right? But it often arrives like light slowly filling a room that you didn't realize had been dim before. May you have the courage to respond to what you now see and the wisdom to move in alignment with what feels true in your body, your heart, and your intuition. And as Mars awakens movement and the Sun and Jupiter bless you and ground you into stability and emotional truth, may you feel held in both your action and your becoming. May your steps forward be steady, your decisions be rooted in self-trust. May your direction be guided by something deeper than uncertainty. And as this weekend closes, may you walk forward with a quieter mind, a more open heart, and a stronger sense of inner alignment. And may you remember that you are not behind. You are not lost. You are not waiting. But you are already in the process of becoming exactly who you are meant to be, in the perfect timing, in the divine timing that is unfolding in your own life and your own path. If this message resonated with you, by all means, please know you guys are what elevate these messages to the ears and the hearts and the minds, the souls and the spirits that all need to hear them when they truly need them most. So please like, share, subscribe. Know that whichever way that you support this channel, whether it be views, likes, shares, comments, super thanks, donations, Honey Sea Star store purchases, memberships as well, all of it helps this family grow, helps these messages elevate to the collective so that we can all rise together. And I am sending you guys so much love and light along your path. Take care. Have a beautiful Mother's Day. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you in the next reading.